guys, so today we have a Bigender Pride look, and if you look at my earlier upload you see that I did my Ipsy review. I'm going to be using a couple of those products, including the primer. And this is a Luminizer primer base by Lumiere, and it's got Dr. Brandt on it, so I'm assuming that's the doctor who helped develop it. But either way, it matched my skin on the back of my hand pretty well. I don't know how much of it I need, so you know, there's that. I kind of assume not a ton. I think this will be enough because it seemed to spread out pretty well. But we'll find out in a minute. And I'm just trying to get all the major areas of my face covered. Actually, this matches my skin pretty well, I'm noticing. So that's really nice. I was kind of worried because it matched it on the back of my hand, but I wasn't sure it would on my face, and it does still. Or at least it seems to. So that's a really nice thing. Just making sure I got all of my face covered, you know. Not trying to break out any worse than I have been. Yeah, that took a lot less than I thought it would. Cool. I thought that the amount that I was gonna have to use would be like double the amount that I did. So I'm really happy that it did not take as much as I thought. Alright, now foundation. And my phone keeps going off and I don't know why. And it's slightly annoying, but we'll ignore it. For now, let's try 2 pumps because I don't particularly want to do a third today. I'm not trying to do a heavy foundation. But I did some skincare today, so that'll be good. Hopefully that'll keep me from breaking out any worse and that kind of stuff. Because I have been breaking out really bad lately. Like, you guys will see the amount that I have to do for concealer in a second here. Just because of how bad I've been breaking out. I'm sorry I'm a little bit more quiet today, guys. I'm just, you know, tired from work. Work is exhausting right now. Just lots of hours and not much rest time. So, yeah, I'm a little bit tired, so you'll have to excuse if I go really quiet for the video today. Y'all know I'm not normally super quiet in the videos. I'm always chatty. And I'm just a little too tired for that today. So I will still be teaching you guys how to do the makeup. And it's more so the eyes that I'm concerned about because, you know, the base makeup is kind of the same as always, except for what brands I'm using today. Because I am using a new brand for bronzer and blush. Or, well, a new palette for bronzer and blush because of something that I got from Ipsy. But besides that, it'll be the same as always for my base makeup. And we're kind of going to be experimenting with these colors a little bit because I haven't really used the Ipsy makeup before. So I don't know how it'll turn out. And I feel like I still have a lot of foundation left on my face to blend in. Even though I did not do as much foundation-wise today as I normally do. Because normally I put another pump of both on my hands before I do foundation. So I don't know why I feel like it's still so heavy today. When it's about what I normally do. And less so than I normally do, in fact. So I don't know what that's all about. But it is what it is. And there's foundation done. And now we're moving on to concealer. And my concealer stick is running a little bit low, so I'm gonna have to get a new one, but that's fine. And concealer, like always, we're doing our little three petal flower on our forehead. Not 3-prong. I was thinking like trident kind of a thing, because I don't know, Greek mythology popped into my head, and Poseidon, and yeah. But we're doing a 3-petal flower on our forehead, and then under our eyes, conceal away those bags that we all have. I don't care who you are, you have under eye bags, and that's not a problem. You're still a star. You just gotta hide them. And then conceal away all of those invisible problems to everyone else. I'm aware I say that as I'm like covering a million areas on my face. But y'all are beautiful. No matter what. No matter what anyone says or does, y'all are always beautiful. You're always stars. And anyone who tells you otherwise, sweetie, they're just jealous of your looks. They're just telling you off. Because they want to be the center of attention. Or they're jealous as hell. Or both. So just tell them, I'm sorry that you don't think you look as pretty as me. But I just know I'm a star. Because you guys are. You're all stars. So long as you're not, rude to people. Being rude for no reason just should not happen. If you're gonna be rude, at least be rude to someone who was rude to you first. For no reason. Because if you're just gonna be that one person who's rude to everyone, it's like, why? What is the point? Please tell me the point behind that, because that makes no sense to me. I don't understand it. I don't. I really don't. Everyone should always be kind. So that's why I always try and be kind to people. And even if I was pissed off at you the day before, like, a lot of my friends swear up and down I am bipolar. But even if I was pissed at you the day before, so long as you haven't fucked with me yet that day, then it's a new day, you know? Why am I gonna hold a grudge from yesterday when there's no reason for it? We played around and, you upset me a little bit, but I'm not gonna hold a grudge about that. Alright, there we go. Now bronzer. And we need 2 brushes for this. Your big bronzer brush, and then this tiny little thing. I'm trying to find the palette that I have for this, because it's here somewhere. There it went. And I just bought this, or well, I didn't buy it, I got it from Ipsy. It's a Laura Geller New York Central Park face, eye, and cheek palette, and it's got some really, really pretty colors in it. I eventually want to do a makeup look that's like got a lot of this, but right now we're using the bronzer, which is the Bethesda Terrace. Apparently there's a lot of bronzer in here. And we're just gonna do in our hairline, down our jawline, and suck in our cheek, and in the hollow of our cheek. And I'm gonna go and get some makeup brush cleaner, but I haven't had the chance to yet. Haven't really done a lot today, and I feel really bad about that, but also, you know, I'm tired as hell from work. So, I've just kind of been a little bit lazy today. It's not like there was a ton to do for me chores-wise, so I wasn't super concerned about it. I'm gonna do dishes and stuff tomorrow, but there just wasn't enough for me to warrant filling up the sink just to do like 4 dishes. To me, that makes no sense. Why are you gonna do that much water for that little dishes? Alright, there's the bronzer for our cheeks, and now we're gonna take this and we're gonna do some on our nose. What? I know, we're doing bronzer on our nose. We're gonna go and we're gonna do 3 dots. One about even with the corner of our eye at the top of our eye, and then the middle, and then the bottom. And then we're gonna connect the dots from our eyebrow down through the dots that we just made. And if you need a little bit more bronzer to do the connect the dots, then just gather a little bit more, but you should not need all that much more. Maybe just a little bit. I happen to need a little bit because I'm getting used to this new palette. It's a brand new palette to me, so I don't know coverage-wise what it does. It is very pretty color-wise, though. I can tell you that. And when you do this, you want to follow the natural curve of your eye socket. I was looking for the word. I could not English for a second there. Because the more naturally you follow that curve of your eye socket, the more natural that this is going to look, so it doesn't, you know, stand out that you've got bronzer on your nose and you've contoured your nose. And now, blush. And this is called Strawberry Fields in this palette. It's a really pretty color. And I don't know how bad I need to do this. How much I need to apply of this. Oh god, this is bright. Hello, this is pigmented? She has pigment, honey. Hello. I thought I would need more than this. You don't need much of this. Now I'm trying to blend it out a little bit. So I feel like I have it really packed into one area. Okay. I guess it's okay. Next is highlight. And we don't have that in this palette, so that's it for that palette. I'm using a fairy dust one. You guys can read everything on that. And you just get your fan brush, and right above where you did that blush, which should be right above your bronzer, you're going to do it and just put as much on until you feel like you're shining like the star you are. Which today for me is taking a little bit more than normal because for whatever reason I just don't feel shiny enough. I don't feel like I'm showing off my stardom enough. So, a little more. And now onto the other cheek. And there you go. And I need a new brush. Or I just need to fix this one of the two. But anyway, that's beside the point. Now then, we're going to blend this stuff. And if you don't have a blending brush like this one, then just get a spare powder brush. Invest in a second powder brush if you can't afford a blending brush, because blending brushes, because they are a specialty brush, I think are a little bit more expensive. So just get a second powder brush or a second foundation brush, and then blend. Blend it all out. And go up over your forehead, you know, make sure that you blend everything together. You don't want any hard lines and edges and stuff. Blending it. There we go. And when it's blended in, you're gonna do setting powder, which I'm using a CoverGirl Clean Professional one personally. That's just the one that I have. And keep the lid nearby when you go to do this, because the lid I have found the most excellent measuring tool. You swirl your brush around in the lid, and then if there's excess in the lid, you know you rubbed too much. So then you tap your brush off. And it might not be by very much that you have too much, but if you have too much, it can still ruin the makeup, because as much as it's supposed to be translucent, it's only translucent to a specific point. And then, all over your face, set that base makeup. Make sure it doesn't move when you're out and about doing your activities for the day. And set as much of it as you can. And once it's all set, we move on to our eyes, for which I need to clean my brushes. I forgot to do that yesterday. I also got something else for another step, but we'll get to that in a minute. I'll go and grab it in a minute when I need it. It's fine. And that pink that we did, you know that? That's the pink off the flag. And there's still more colors. There's white, there's this pinky purple color, and there's blue. So I think we're gonna try and combine purple and blue on our eyes with white. But we'll see. We'll see how this turns out. It's dependent upon what I have in my NYX palette, because I'm keeping to one palette today. It might be more a pink and purple eyeshadow than it is a blue and purple. And I just gotta run through and do a quick cleaning of my brushes, because I don't want any of them to, you know, stain another one. Stain another of the eyeshadows that I use. There's one. And I just do this most days, so I've gotten to the point where I can do it in, like, get my brushes clean for the most part in, like, under a minute. And it really shouldn't take you that long to get your brushes clean, if you're just doing a little one like this. Especially if you're doing it after every use of your brushes, because that'll kind of help keep all the powder and stuff out of it and keep it from dyeing your brushes as badly. Your brushes are still probably going to end up dyed by the eyeshadow and stuff, but it'll reduce the amount that they're dyed by, like, a lot. I'm just going through and, you know, ensuring as much of the color is off as I can physically get off before we move on. Okay. Now then, on to eyeshadow. Blue might be our lips. I don't know yet. We'll see. Because I have a couple of pinky purples, lighter purples. And I have pink, and I have some blue, but the blues that I have don't really go with the purples that I have. So I'm not using my darkest purple on my next palette, which is just from Walmart, but I am going to use this one, and that's going to be our base. I don't want to use my darkest purple because it's a pinky purple that's the color on the flag. So that's what I want to keep it with. Is that kind of pinky purple kind of thing. Oh, I didn't prime my eyelids. It's fine. I should have primed my eyelids and I forgot to. If you guys managed to remember and paused my video to prime your eyelids, that's awesome. I just forgot. I have a primer. I forgot to use it. It's okay. I just cleaned up my face for the most part today. In my Ipsy video. And I have found out I've been calling myself a monolid for ages because as far as I knew that's what I am. I'm not. I am a hooded double lid. So that means, you know how monolids, like, they don't have the natural crease to their eye? I thought, you know, some monolids might have a slight crease, and some do, but it's not as extreme as mine. And my mom refused to believe me when I said I was a monolid. Like, I've been telling her for ages, I do my makeup because I'm a monolid, that's the way I found it worked for me. And she's like, there's no way you're a monolid, I don't even know what that is. And so I had to search up images of what a monolid was. And she was like, that doesn't match your eye at all. And I'm like, that's the closest thing because a double lid is not like this. And then I found an image when I clicked on another one to show her that had mono, hooded, and then just normal double lid. And I was like, wait, what? Hooded? That's a term that exists? Since when? Because all of high school I heard anytime anyone tried to do my makeup that I was a monolid. As far as I was concerned, I was. I'm not, and I didn't know it. Like, what? Why did no one tell me? Did no one know it existed? I don't understand. And as you guys can probably pretty clearly see, I'm just doing a base with this. I'm going all over my eye. This is your base color. This is the color that everything else is going to get stacked on top of, so you kind of want to get it on there as evenly as possible. If some areas are a little darker than others, that's okay. It doesn't have to be 100% of an even base coat, but the more even you can apply this, the better. There we go. And it is taking me a minute to apply. For whatever reason today, I feel like my makeup is taking me longer than normal, even though I'm talking faster. I don't know if it's just because I'm being so quiet for the video because I'm not in a talkative mood or what. But it exists, whatever it is. What is happening? Can y'all not? No. I'm in a group chat. I'm in several group chats, but I'm in a D&D one because I'm a DM. I'm on Discord. I'm in one on Instagram because I'm gonna be a DM for D&D. For my friends, that'll probably turn into a Discord one. I have TikTok that's deciding to send me notifications about people being live, even though I'm in the middle of filming. And then just if anyone else decides that they feel like being chatty right then, I get a notification. So I'm just like, y'all, can you not? Please. I'm trying to do my makeup. For being bigender. Which, you know, to my mom doesn't exist, but... And bigender, as far as I can tell, is both identifying as being both genders. Which I hadn't really heard about. I mean, I'm sure there are people out there who identify as both, but I hadn't personally heard a lot about it, so I was just like, ooh, that's something new. That doesn't happen here. I think also a lot of people are either in the closet or just very generically bisexual or lesbian or gay, and there's not a lot of diversity. Like, I'm one of the few people at work who identifies as anything besides straight, and the only person that I am aware of that I identifies as pan. We're moving on to, let's do that kind of lavendery purple. We need an angle brush. We're taking this one, the really, really light one. That's really, really pretty to me. And we're going to go about a third of the way in on our eye. And draw just straight down. And then fill it in. To back at the back of wherever you did the end of your eyeliner. Or your eyeshadow base. I personally do mine at a little bit of an angle just because I find that looks better with my eye, but different people do it different ways, you know. If you don't do it like that, that's fine. Everyone kind of identifies their own ways to do eye makeup depending upon what looks good on them, you know, just like you identify your own way of doing bronzer and stuff eventually. Like, you identify your own way of putting it on and, like, where you put it specifically on your face to make it look the best. Because you know, it's your body. You know what looks good on your body. I don't. I just give you a tutorial on what I do. And if you like the way that it turned out and you think that'll look good on you, then you can go ahead and do that. If you don't like the way that it turned out, then I don't know what to tell you. You know, I just do it to the best of my ability. I'm no professional in makeup. I am a 19-year-old just trying to get by. Alright, there we go. I'm finally happy with that eye. Now we move on to the other. And I've been watching lots of TikTok lately just to try and get my mind off of the news, although there's a lot of news on there too that I keep getting, but there's random content that I'm getting, and it's like, ooh, like, did you know that the Jews had, what was it, 5 or 6 genders? They were guy, girl, androgynous. What equated in their language, the literal translation of whatever the word was someone who is feminine at birth and becomes more masculine. Female to male trans. Someone who was masculine at birth and became more feminine. Male to female trans. And I think there was some for someone who's there was one for someone who identifies as neither or as both. So for non-binary or gender fluid. So, you know, I found that and I was just like, what? What? Since when? And then, of course, there was, the literal translation of the verse in the Bible that everyone uses to condemn being gay is, and I don't remember what the words are, but it's 3 different words. And the literal translation of it, if you were to translate it from those words directly to English, would be something along the lines of, man shall not lay with a young boy like he should lay with a woman, or man should not lay with a woman like he should a young boy. So it's not like it's against being gay, it's against pedophiles. And I'm just like, ooh, yes, please. Alright, and now I kind of want to do blue on my eyes, but I'm also like, I don't have a place to put blue. It doesn't fit in. So we're going to do a pink instead. So we're going to do this pink out of my NYX palette. And this is going to be our pop of color. And I do this just because the way my eyes are, nothing on the bottom of them shows. So it's when I blink you can see this color. So I'm going to just do a line of it, a thick line of it, but a line of it along the bottom of my eyelid as a pop of color when I blink. Or when I close my eyes for an extended period of time due to exhaustion, because that happens sometimes. And that reminds me to check on my shoulder today. So I screwed up my shoulder at work last night. I don't know what I did, but I was sorting, and 1 second I was fine, and I sorted a couple more packages, and then I was not. And I was like, what? I sorted like I do every night. What happened? I've still yet to figure out what happened. I just know that I probably overstrained a muscle or something. And my mom gave me tips about how I can stretch myself out better so that I don't do that again, so I'm going to try those tonight. But that's besides the point. And I'm just repeating that same thick line in the pink on the other eye. And I am just doing a really thick line along the bottom of my eye. It's just a pop of color. You know, it kind of gives some interest, like, what? You have another color on your eye? There's not just 2 of them? You know, it adds a little bit of extra dimension and interest when you have a third color there. And especially when it's like 2 purples, they expect you to blink and there be maybe a third purple. No, it's pink. It's bright frickin' pink. It's like, what? Why is there hot pink on your eye along with purple? Because I wanted there to be hot pink on my eye along with purple. Why the heck not? Alright. There's that for that palette. I need to grab a eyeliner that I have that is white. So give me a second. Oh. I found it. Hopefully that didn't just look horrid on camera, but you know, whatever. And this is by NYX. It takes forever to dry, so I'm not actually using it as an eyeliner, but I came up with an idea for it yesterday that I quite liked. So we're going to do that again today. I'm just taking it and I'm putting it in the corner of my eye, and I'm just getting myself a nice little white area in the corner of my eye because this is a white eyeliner. And then we're going to smudge it out. And you're like, wait, what? We're smudging it out? Yeah, smudge it out. That is your color in the corner of your eye. That's like shocking. It's bright and bold and exists, and you're going to show off that white. And again on the other side, just get yourself a nice little base of white and smudge it out. And it might pick up some of the pink. If it does, it's okay just to put a little bit more white and smudge it out a little bit more so that you can still obviously tell that it was white at one point. I have to do that on both sides of my eye, actually, because, you know, pink is one of those colors that likes to pick up. But once you're happy with that, you're going to take the eyeliner and we're going to highlight the bottom of our eyebrows with it. So what that means is we are going to go along the bottom of our eyebrow and just follow it in a very thin, fragile, delicate line. And then smudge it out. And do that once or twice to make sure that it doesn't pick up too much purple and, you know, drown out the white color that you just put on it. Because you do want it to be obvious that it was white. If you want to, you can do it instead by doing little groupings of the white. I don't know that that works as well, but it might just. So, you know, that one's up to you. I don't think it looks horrible. I also don't think it's the best way to do, like, highlighting under your eyebrow, but I don't find that white eyeshadow picks up well. And I'm trying to incorporate white into this look because it's a color on the flag. It's one of the more prominent colors on the flag, actually. Because along with the pinky purple, it is one of the colors that appears twice. Once on top of the blue and pink, and once on bottom of it. Just the same as this kind of pinky purple does. So, you want to kind of have plenty of white on there. Embrace it. It's an artistic thing. If you're more artistic, you can maybe make clouds up here out of this stuff. I can't. But you might be able to figure out how to make it look like there's clouds under your eyes. It says that this is eyeliner and body body liner. So like if you're doing body art, you can use it. I happen to have a little drawing on my arm that I did earlier in black so that you can see the white really well against it. But yeah. And I mean, it still is going to pick up the pinky purple kind of color, but it's the more you do white, the less that color is going to pick up. So if you want to sit here for 10 minutes and do that, then you can. I just don't particularly feel up to doing that today, so I'm not going to. And now we are on to our lips. And the last color for this flag is the blue. And that's going to go on our lips. And this, what is it? Butter Gloss is by NYX. NYX is a makeup brand that I happen to really like. I like their products. They're cheap, they're inexpensive, but they work really well. You know, it's not like they're just that cheap dollar store stuff that doesn't work. I get these at Walmart all the time. I love the NYX brand. I will probably continue to buy it even when I can afford to do more expensive makeup. Just because I really love the way it looks. And the way it turns out. For, you know, being on a budget. NYX is a very budget-friendly brand. It doesn't cost a ton to use their products. And some of my stuff is name brand stuff, like, you know, L'Oreal or whatever. But it's like one product is L'Oreal versus how many are NYX. I have a lot of NYX products. One of these days I'm going to do a thing that just shows my entire makeup collection and like all the brushes and stuff that I have. I have a lot of NYX products. But anyways, that was the makeup look. Let me lean forward and show you guys. So this was, again, for Bigender. I hope that all of those Bigenders out there like the makeup look, and if you want to use it, then you're free to. If you don't want to, then I'm just hoping that I represented your flag alright. And I hope you guys have an amazing day. I hope you guys stay safe, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye!